Yeah, that.
Welcome to my morning coffee. Always bold, hot, and full of flavor. Gia and Tonya are my morning coffee. What's in your cup?
Your groove is a little light today. It's a little light today, and we're gonna have to get into why. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of My Morning Coffee, where the conversation is always hot, bold, and full of flavor. We're gonna mix it up a little bit and chat with you about some, I don't know, hot topics, some bold relationship conversation, and the flavor of the day is our guest, Miss Kimberley Sanders. So we'll definitely get into that, but let's find out what's in Gia's cup. Mama, what's in your cup today?
Morning, y'all. I have water in my cup today. For two reasons. One is I need to drink more water, so I'm trying to take in more water. I'm not really good at drinking this water, so I said I needed to drink. I'll drink some water. But two is that I don't have any cream. I'm out of creamer, so that's therefore I don't have any coffee because I drink cream in my coffee or coffee in my cream. So since I ran out of creamer and didn't pick up any over the weekend, I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So we're gonna do this water thing, but I need the water because, as I said before, I'm not drinking enough water, so I need to um, hydrate myself. So I have water. Um, yeah, it's not the same, because water is just bland. It doesn't have any taste. And for all these people to say, oh, we'll put something in it, I do that sometime, or I drink some flavored water or sparkling water. I don't really like that sparkling stuff. So, no. So I'm going to drink some water this morning throughout the show. And hopefully I will continue to drink the water the rest of the day. Um, what have I been up to? Child, I don't even remember because I've been up to so much stuff. And it's kind of like a blur. And um, being a bossin or a boss chick, whatever we call ourselves right now at the moment, I don't know. An entrepreneur, a career woman, um, whatever. Being an adult, uh, right now, of lately, I'm kind of like I miss being a child. I really do. So all you kids out there, I know y'all not watching because this is an adult show, but for all you the parents of the kids that are out that all the parents out there who have kids, um, yeah, I sometimes want to be a kid again when I had no worries, nothing to do but just be a kid, and being this being an adult sometimes is overrated, overwhelming. Sometimes I just don't want to be an adult. Things that we have to do as adults, sometimes I don't feel like doing them. I'm tired, dealing with the things you have to deal with as an adult, because there's things you have to deal with. Sometimes can work your nerve. Um, so this life right now is just getting
Is
on my
it the
nerves.
things? Is it the
Huh.
things that you have to do that work your nerves, or is it the people involved in the things that you have to do that work your nerves?
It's the people involved. Like for example, okay, y'all know I've been off. Well, I haven't been. Um, I have an injury, a work related injury. So I've been going to, getting the treatment, had the surgery, doing all this stuff. So now they requested. We requested. Well, the doctor requested some kind of apparatus that I need to help. Maybe that would help with my hand. So they give you these numbers to call first. You have to get approval for the equipment. They approved it. Then so I'm thinking, okay, somebody's gonna call me and say, hey, you got approved, come to X and pick it up. Nothing. So I go to my doctor, talk to my doctor, and I say, hey, I got approval, but I don't know where I'm supposed to get this unit from, all that kind of stuff. Oh, so everybody got to check with somebody. Then they check, they give you a number to call. So you call the number. And then you talk to somebody, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. That right there. It's like, really? Okay. So then they finally get some get right, and they try that, they're gonna help you. Oh, somebody's gonna call you in a week, a week go by, a week and a half go by, you don't hear from nobody. Then you call again, then you get another person. Then they say, oh, well, you gotta call this number to get it. Well, I thought I was supposed to call the number I'm calling to get it. Now you give me a different number. So it's always, so it's prolonging it. And mind you, I've had this approval for this equipment for probably over maybe 2 months now, and I still don't have the equipment. You see what I'm saying? So it's things like that. It's kind of frustrating. You have to wake up in the morning and call all these people. Then you get the whole, now everything is because of COVID. We don't have this, because of COVID. We don't have that. Enough already. Enough. Because COVID been here and been around, and it's going to be around. And if these employers haven't pivoted and figured out how to do what they need to do with the staff they have, then there's a problem, because people get tired of hearing that due to COVID, we experience delays in this, we experience delays in that. Enough. In the beginning, you could say that, but you should have regrouped now and figured out another system to make the systems work. So that kind of gets frustrating, because it's like everybody's giving you the runaround, and all you're trying to do is get what you was told that you supposed to get.
I'm wondering though, and it's only because we're talking about your health, and we've talked about healthcare before, and then having to be your own advocate. Do you think that they make, particularly because you are, and I hate putting this out there, you are a civil servant, right? You work for a government agency. Do they make it difficult? Do you think they make it difficult on y'all on purpose?
No, you know what?
Or maybe the question is, do you think they could make it easier?
I think they can make it easier, but that's from start at the top, and sometimes the top don't realize or don't want to realize that there's problems within the system. I don't think they make it hard. I think it's just and I'm not bashing employees and all employees, but some people don't have good work ethics no matter what profession they're in, and I think that's a lot of it is that people just don't care until it's happening to them. So it's just, and it's easy to brush it off or give people excuses and move on about their day. But that's not what life's about. And life shouldn't be about that. And if you have a job, your job is to provide a service, no matter what kind of service it is, and a good service. So it just sheds a bad light on government and entities, because everybody, they have a reputation of being, they don't do the job right, or they lazy, or whatever, it takes forever and stuff. So it's just, to me, it's just systems are broken. They've been broken for years, and nobody has come in or tried to come in, maybe in some of these places, and fix the systems. It's the old saying, if it's not broken, why fix it? But they don't know that it's broken. They think it's not broken when it is broken, or it could be. It's not, maybe it's not broken. It could just be improved. As time goes on, everything evolves, and it's better ways to do things. And sometimes people don't want to deal with the better way, because the better way of doing something, or a different way, will require more work than I'm normally want to give out in, in my 8-hour or 10-hour shift. That's kind of what it is. But so it's just, it gets annoying, because you're trying to just do what you were told to do, or get what you say they say that you're supposed to get, and it's like, if it's not one thing, it's another, and so it just kind of does put a damper on at least my mood, because it's like, I just want what you told me I'm supposed to get, and we can move on. You don't have to ever hear from me again. If you just give me the equipment, I'm gone, deuces. But if I got to keep calling you, then my tone of voice, everything about me is going to be a little different, because I'm tired of calling you and not getting what I'm supposed to get. So there you have it. So I'm just, so it's kind of like,
feel that. Hi, Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah calling in from Kansas.
We miss you too, Miss Deborah.
Yeah, we missed you too. And Miss Kimberly Eubanks. Hey, girl. Hey.
Kim.
It is a lot of work, and people like to pass the buck. That's like the thing, right? Pass the buck. So Yeah.
So that's just but it's funny, we quick to say there's a shortage of something, and that's supposed to be an excuse. Everybody's apologizing, but at some
COVID is
point,
an excuse for everything. I don't
yeah,
want to go to the party. I
right,
really
right,
don't
right. So
want
I'm
to
saying,
go, but I'm gonna
that's what I'm
say COVID.
saying. We're
I
using
don't want to
COVID
go
for
to the
everything.
baby shower. I'm gonna say
Right,
COVID. It's really, I
right,
don't like baby showers.
right,
Um, Meet at the office. Can't we just Zoom in? Because
right, right.
COVID. Listen,
Yeah.
y'all
But
better.
my thing is, yeah, you're right. There's a shortage of a lot of stuff, but we got to figure ways to work around this shortage, and we can't keep saying, "Oh, we apologize," because it's a shortage. We got to come up with a new system so we won't have to be apologizing so much and make do, because this might be the way it's gonna be for a while. So people gonna get tired of hearing we apologize. And we short, we short this and we short that, and stuff. So, but see, some people can, some companies can say that, and it's okay. But some people, can't say that. That people got their lip poked out. For example, if I say I didn't get your order, while your order late, oh, I apologize, it's COVID, and I'm short staffed, but it's only me as the staff. I'm short staffed. I couldn't get that T-shirt or that bracelet out to you quick enough. Y'all, then y'all want to go on. Everybody want to go on social media and blast the business or something, stuff. So I'm just saying.
Listen, for the audience, we would love to know. I would love to know if you actually use COVID to not go to events. Like, are you using COVID as an excuse for stuff you really don't want to do? Or is it really hindering you in some kind of way? Tap in, guys. I want to hear about it. Yeah, so that's it.
So
that's funny.
What have you been about? We haven't been. Well, we have been in the room together. We got to go to a beautiful brunch celebrating our girl, Miss Sarita B, not too long ago. So that was good being around you, lovely ladies. I always enjoy being around you guys. But other than that, what have you been up to? Because you always, you busy beyond busy. Sometimes I might be pretending to be busy, but you be really busy.
I love it. You know what? Baseball. And our guest that's going to be on today, the flavor of the day, Miss Kimberley Sanders. She knows she knows my pain. Okay, she knows my pain, child, and she's going to talk about it today. But baseball, PR stuff. I've been working with a lot of authors lately, doing the other podcast, Leaders and Learners. But we have a lot going on here in Redondo. So we have our State of the City event coming up, and just doing some work with the commission and Supervisor Holly Mitchell's office, and the election is coming up. So listen, I'm going to bring on our flavor of the day, and then we're going to get into hot topics. So let's go ahead and bring in, she is a time management coach. Okay. There's so many things I can say about her. She was a D1 cheerleader in college. She's a mother of twins. Now she's a sports mom. I don't think she saw herself being this involved in somebody else's sports, but she all in. And her husband both are incredibly busy, and many of us don't know how to manage. So she's going to help us have that conversation and start putting some things in place today. Let's welcome Miss Kimberley Sanders. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. I was listening, and y'all are hilarious. And I have not used COVID as an excuse per se, but if one of the kids has a cough, right, then we can't come. We can't come. Sorry, we can't come.
Even if you didn't want to at the first
place. I don't know what it is, and we don't know, and I don't know, but it's not that, but I don't know. Stuff goes around here. Because school just got out. Last day of school was this past Thursday, but there was a stomach bug that went around. There was some sort of flu thing that went around. There was some sort of 24-hour, you have a fever, but now you're good kind of thing going on. And between baseball and school, Lord only knows. And so if they even have a cough, a sniffle, a cough, it's like, can't go. Can't go, because I don't know what it is. Like, we'll get tested for COVID, obviously. And the last time they were negative, but it's like, didn't really want to go anyway, but it's cool.
That's the truth. So listen,
y'all been using COVID as not going. I'll be like, look, I ain't going. That's the
But you know
We
what?
gotta do a code.
It's stuff still goes around, you know, because kids are kids. So my kids have been masked the whole year, masks and desk shields. We had been on masks and desk shields all year long, but still stuff kind of creeps in because they're kids, right? So they don't wear them on the playground at recess. And kids are germy. Kids are gross.
Here's the truth that no one ever really says out loud.
Mhm.
COVID was actually a, I won't say a blessing, but definitely a lesson to people on how nasty some people can be, on how much work it actually takes to be clean, and
Mhm.
how I really didn't want to be that close to you in the first place. So thank you.
And
Right?
so now it's like, I know now going forward, like next year, if they start coughing and whatnot, you're going to be masked up
Yeah.
because you're
Done.
going to keep your germs to yourself and you're not going to catch whatever else little Timmy and Megan have. Like, I don't want you to bring that here because they don't social distance from me, period. And they had COVID last year. And the nurse practitioner, I don't even know why she asked this because she's a mom. She said, I have to ask this, but is there a way to social distance from who? Them? And one was asymptomatic, and so he's just la 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 on his merry little way. The other one had a fever, and he was lethargic and all this other stuff, and he was right here, like on me, on
Yeah,
it,
of course.
laying just. So thank God we didn't catch it. The grown-ups did not catch it. We tested negative every step of the way, but the
I
idea of
think my
social.
children are vampires because we've had it and they won't get out of our face and they have not had it. And everybody in their class has had it. The teachers have had it. Matter of fact, they wore masks the other day to school and I was like, "Oh, you guys are wearing masks again?" Yeah, our teacher got COVID. So the teacher can come to school with COVID and y'all got to wear masks? Like I cannot. So
Make it make sense.
about the COVID, listen, handle your business. We're just going to start there. Miss Kim, let everyone know what's in your cup and what have you been up to?
Water and baseball are in my cup. This is one of my neighbors made this custom cup, and I'm a fan of cups and bottles and all that sort of stuff. It's even better if you personalize it for me. But what has been going on? Baseball. We're in the thick of tournament season. We're at the end of tournament season because state tournament is it. That is the last tournament, and that is not next week. It is next week. It's next week. So we've been playing tournaments back to back to back to back to back, week after week. And what I didn't know last year, because we jumped into tournament season at the last minute last year. We didn't realize that these tournaments started like on Monday or Tuesday. We just thought they were, cute little weekend, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday little joints. They are not. They start on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, brackets start Friday, Saturday. Now it's single elimination, but you guarantee 3 games. So if you lose, you move to, it's so much. And I thought that the kids are having a ball. Marcus is having a ball as their coach. He has been waiting his whole life for this. I would say from 0 till about 4, before they played organized sports, it was like he wasn't hands off, but it was harder to do sport things with them because they were toddlers. They were uncoordinated. They were, they just couldn't do much. But now, all in basketball, baseball, flag football, all the things. And so with that, if I have to be there, I usually find a need and fill it. That's just kind of how I operate. And so I have turned into team mom. I have turned into scoring extraordinaire. I've turned into liaison for the team. I've turned into walk-up music, ordering things. I am the DJ, which is the most fun. I will say the walk-up music is the most fun just because when I started doing it last year when they were in T-ball, I just did it as a surprise, right? I didn't tell the kids. I asked the parents what is their kid's favorite song. And I use this app, and you can either pay for a professional announcer. And truth be told, I don't pay a ton of attention to professional baseball until the end. So I don't know any of these announcers. Like I know Vin Scully, but that's about it. So if he talked right now, I wouldn't know who it was, but I know his name. So anyway, on this app, you can either pay per name to have a professional announcer do it, or you can do it yourself. And I was like, I'm not paying $3 per name for this every It's just fine. I do it myself. So it is my voice announcing the players, and their favorite song comes up. And the first time we did it, they were like,
So cool.
but it's fun. So I do the between inning music. If the other team is not doing, we go back and forth, or I just do it all myself. And that's the most fun for me.
You are super sports mom. You
Mhm.
have a business. Before we
I
even
do.
get to what your current business is, back it up. Talk
Mhm.
about this transition in life. You were a college cheerleader,
Yeah.
and then, like, real quick, your career, and then how you landed into super mom, got no time for myself, about to lose my mind. Like, because a lot of people, I think, can relate,
Yeah.
but you were living your best life, and then.
So I was a D1 cheerleader that ended up marrying the football player, right? But we didn't go to the same school. So Marcus graduated from the Naval Academy. He played football there. I cheered at San Jose State. We ended up getting married shortly after graduation. And fun fact, we didn't have children until we were married 8 years, I think. But we bounced around. We bounced around. He was in the Navy for a little bit. Then he did some private sector stuff. And so we just kind of bounced around. We followed the money, right? And through that, because he traveled so much and he was kind of chasing these career aspirations, I settled in to working for the federal government because it's one of those entities that if I need to move, a transfer is not too difficult depending on the agency. And so for quite a while, I was just kind of taking administrative type jobs. And, because if I needed to pick up and go, then I could pick up and go. And the money wasn't amazing, but it was enough. It was, it kind of kept me occupied, so to speak, because the housewife life, I did not believe that was for me. And I did not really have something. I didn't have a thing to kind of keep me at home and keep me engaged. So I worked because that's all I've known. My parents are a civil servant. Well, they're retired, but they were civil servants their whole lives. And so that's all I know. You work for a government, city, state, federal, whatever, and you collect your pension, and that's good. So eventually we had kids. And then we moved here to Florida. That's a fun story. Ask my mom about it. She's still mad. Had a set of twins, moved to Florida when they were infants. And realized that this time was different. Moving to a new state by myself is not a big deal. I can go eat by myself. I can make friends eventually. It's not, and Marcus's only real responsibility in my eyes was, hey, go to work, come home. We're cool, because I can take care of myself. I am self-sufficient. Now that I've got these kids, I'm in the house. I was on maternity leave for another 3 or 4 months before I went back to work because I was able to transfer. And I just found myself lost. And I was like, okay, well, I know I need to start working out again, right? Because I had these twins, so it's time to bounce back or whatever. But I've known the gym my whole life. My dad has been a lifelong 24-hour fitness member since he says it's August 1st, 1982 was the day he joined 24-hour fitness. To this day, he pays $59 a year. He has like the best, but I've always known the gym. And so I thought that I needed to, let me go back to the gym. And so I started doing that. And I was like, well, this Facebook thing, I'll just start kind of sharing kind of what I'm doing and that I'm doing okay. And people started to ask what I was doing. And before I was just kind of winging it. And so eventually I took to on-demand kind of at-home workouts, which I thought were crap before because I was a gym rat. Like I've always known the gym. I've always known working out with the boys and all this other stuff. But it turns out it actually worked. And it turns out that I kept the baby weight off. And it turns out that I found this community of amazing Black women who are supportive, who are also moms, who are also drowning in their lives, like all of their responsibilities. And, Live Your Passion was born. Live Your Passion Fitness was born. And along the way, I started kind of narrowing it down a little because it wasn't just about the working out. It was about how I felt when I did. I felt like my cup was full. I felt like if I could just give myself this 30 minutes or 45 minutes, then I'm good. I can survive the rest of the day. I can thrive the rest of the day. I can be present for these children, no matter what age they are, because I feel good about myself. I don't feel like I'm down in the dumps and I'm not doing anything for myself. So for a long time, that was it. That was the only thing. And this other stuff, the podcast, the You Are Worth the Work podcast was born of that. The 5-day Get Your Life Together challenge was born of that. And it's just helping other busy moms realize that you don't have to put yourself on the back burner, because that's what we're taught. We're always taught by, and God bless my mom, I love her to death, but I know she put some of her own dreams to the back for us. And that has to feel bad and it has to feel resentful. And I don't want to feel like that. And I don't want anyone else to feel that way.
One of the things that, so I want to get into a couple things. One, the mental health piece of it. There was something that, besides just the weight, that took you back to the gym. Like, you weren't feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I know that feeling. So I want you to talk about what that really felt like. Like, was it loneliness, or was it lack of, I won't say it's lack of self-worth, because everybody else valued you because you were doing everything for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So you have value. Were you not valuing yourself? And sometimes I look at that when we're not taking care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we not think that we deserve that? Like, what that looks like and feels like? And then what really triggered it? Like, was there a moment, something that happened, something you said to yourself, like, this sucks? Because for me, I saw a picture of myself one day and I was like, first of all, I was about to beat Ray up because I was like, I can't believe you let me get there. Oh no, you look, because ain't no man gonna tell you fat. So talk about the mental health piece of it. And then also, you might not have kids, but for people that are caretakers, this also applies. Because many times I remember, I don't know if you remember when my grandmother was, before she got dementia and then early onset, I was a mom, I was working, and I was making sure she was taken care of also.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no time. So talk to me about that mental health piece.
Mm-hmm.
If you can apply it to caretakers, and then what was the trigger for you?
So the trigger for me, so when the boys were younger, I want to say they were about 5 months old, I was hospitalized with exhaustion, dehydration, and some bacterial infection that no one can figure out. I wasn't able to produce milk the way I wanted to or needed to, mostly because I wasn't eating. I wanted to navigate this new mom life by myself, just because I knew I needed to figure it out. Also because we didn't have any family here, but that was to my detriment. I ended up spending a weekend in the hospital because of that. And so that kind of started it, right? My thought was, okay, as soon as I go back to work, I'm going back to the gym. Like, the gym has been my North Star always, just because it gets me away from whatever's going on, whether I'm moving someplace new, whether I've got these kids, whether I've got whatever. And so now the gym is not necessarily another set of four walls. I have a room in my house that has weight. I'm turning it into something that I can escape to, a place where I can fill up my cup. And that really didn't start until mid 2016, but the gym or working out or doing something fitness related has always been my North Star. That's where I always come back to. If I can't do anything else, I'm going to get a workout in somehow, whether I make it up or somebody else makes it up. I get it off YouTube. That's how it was for me in 2015 going into 2016. As far as the mental health aspect, like I said, it fills up my cup. And scientifically, we know that exercise produces endorphins and makes you feel good. No one ever regrets a good workout, right? It's what they say. But for me, working out is more than just about the abs and the sweat, because there's other things that go along with that, like good nutrition and things like that. But it is knowing that I'm doing something good for myself so that I can be good to them. I can't, if I resent my children and my husband because they are constantly putting things on me and I never get anything for myself. Nobody wants to feel resentful and angry like that. I mean, yes, they are going to continue to put things on me, but at some point, you learn to push back and say, not right now. Like I teach my kids that, not right now. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. I make sure that if there's some place I want to go, so if I want to go hang out with my friends, Marcus and I have a joint calendar on our phones because it's tied to an email address that we share for bills and whatnot. And so I'll put something on that calendar and say, hey, did you look at the calendar? This is what I'm trying to do. Do you have a scheduling? Like, are we good? Do I need to hire a sitter or whatever? Because if you're not taking care of yourself, in the back of your mind or even in the front of your mind, you're always going to be like, well, they always get to do what they want, right? Marcus always gets to achieve his career goals, yet I got to take this L and get this secretary job, right? And I felt like that for years.
Okay, I didn't know you felt like that because I was actually enamored by your job. I thought you had the coolest job in the world.
I did. So not that job. No, that job was my that was
Okay,
my
tell them
dream
about
job.
that job. Tell them about that job.
Okay, so back in 2018, I worked for the DEA as a diversion investigator, and basically, I loved it because I was in the field. I finally had my own casework, and that is all I ever wanted working for the government was not to review someone else's work, not to check their files to make sure things are complete and follow up. I wanted my own stuff. And it's kind of a metaphor for my whole life, right? I'm making sure that Marcus has everything he needs. I'm making sure Adam and Lane have everything that they need. I didn't have anything that was mine. So this job was my absolute dream job. In the end, I ended up having to walk away because I needed to be here with them. So at the end of the day, yes, I am Marcus's wife and Adam and Lane's mom. And so I needed to find something that was all mine. I needed to find something that didn't belong to him, didn't belong to the other hims. Um, and so that's kind of when I started getting a little more serious about maybe I'll do a podcast. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do other things. Maybe I'll help other busy moms. Because although I lived that dream, as short lived as it was, I can say I lived it. And now I can, kind of move on to other stuff.
Gia, I wanted to ask you, what is your North Star? Because you're a caretaker, you are busy, you have a business that obviously takes a lot of time and energy. What is your North Star? Is that your your space, your creative space downtown? What is your North Star?
I would probably say it's just me being creative, but I've been listening to the both of you guys. The only difference I think we all the women are driven, sounds like by the same thing, and yeah, I threw myself into my career into other things, probably to fill a void of not being a mother, not having kids. So it's just I think no matter what, if you're a mom or not, you're gonna find some way to put stuff on your plate. And I think it's a personality thing with all of us. And I think we sometimes feel that our plate needs to always be full. And if it's not full, then we feel as though maybe something's not right. So I think it's more personality because no, I don't have kids, and but I think I'm just as my life has been just as busy as a mom, a person with kids, but just busy with doing other things, not only caregiving. Because I just recently became a caregiver when my mother, suffered a stroke. Probably it's been about three and a half, 4 years now. But prior to that, I feel, I wasn't a caregiver. I was a busy career person, working like you said, chasing that dollar, chasing the money, trying to, get promoted and doing things like that. And I think when you don't have, at least in my mind, because I didn't have kids, I found other things to keep me busy, and maybe to take my mind off the fact that I'm not having kids, or I don't have kids, or I'm not going to have kids, that kind of thing. But I think my North Star, I think it's really me just telling you this, creating, just making things. I just get in that's my little space to take my mind off of things. But then again, that can become overwhelming too. You know, all our things that we love doing become overwhelming if we, I think, if we overindulge sometime and just do them so much. I'm sure going to the gym, working out at some point, y'all somewhere might not be long, but y'all probably get burnt out from the whole working out thing and stuff. But like you said, you know, you go back to that picture and you be like, oh, then that might snap you out of it. Okay, you know, we all been there. Like, you know, I used to go to the gym all the time too, you know, early, you know, way early on before, you know, when I was in my 20s and my 30s and stuff. But now I'm kind of like, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get there. Yeah, I'm gonna go walk to maybe tomorrow, stuff like that. So, but I think the reason why I'm like that now because I'm getting to be okay with who I am, no matter what that looks like. And I think that's the big issue, that we're not okay with who we are and what we look like in whatever stage in our life. And I think life is a process, it's a journey, and you're gonna have different stages. And the bigger you, Tonya, was still a great Tonya, but in your mind, you was like, Ray, what the hell wrong with you? Let me look like that. But Ray was probably like, I like that. I like some meat on them doggone bones. You know, that kind of stuff. Because you was probably moving a little different. That little, you know, the little switch you got was looking different. And you know, he was like, hey, that kind of stuff. But you didn't look at it that way. You were like, no, he didn't. That kind of thing. And I'm probably the same thing with you too, Kim. You know, after you had the babies, you were like, I got to get this together. I got to get this right. But you know, yeah, our husbands and our spouses our significant others might not tell us, oh girl, yeah, you know, look like you put on a little bit more. You know, they're not, but just because I think that's cute that they don't. But sometimes we be like, why you didn't tell me these pants was too tight? You know, why you didn't say something? But they know not to tell us, because they know if they tell us, no matter how they try to say it, we ain't gonna receive it the way we should. So we're gonna have attitude, you know, then we're gonna be cutting them off of whatever it is, you know. They might not get that. Well, I ain't cooking tonight. No, you know, well, I ain't doing that either tonight, you know, that kind of thing and stuff. So they don't want that to happen. So they just sit there and be like, hey, you know.
You know what? I don't think you're too far off. I just know for me, with all that I have on my plate, when I'm not taking care of myself, my energy ain't right, and then my attitude ain't right, and things aren't received well, and then it causes other kind of problems. Remember one day my aunt was asking me, she had came over to visit, and you know, old school aunties and mamas, they did things a certain type of way. I think us as a new generation have decided we're going to do things our way, whatever that looks like. And she said, she was like, you're very receptive. No, she said, you're very attentive. You know, when they ask you to do something, you respond. When they're calling you, you respond. If you say you're going to do something, you actually get up and do it. And I'm laughing at her while she's telling me this, because I'm like, yeah, because y'all asses did not like go on, you know, it was like, get over there. I will when I get to it. And I told her, I said, I treat them the way I wish I was treated. I treat them the way I want them to treat me. And this is a learned behavior. I think respect and hard work and dedication is a learned behavior. So as far as parenting, I try to be the example, even if I'm tired, even if I'm whatever, you know, making sure I still get it done, but trying to take care of myself in a way that makes sure I get it done right, and I'm not causing dissension in my household getting it done. So taking me time, like it's nap time. I'm taking a nap right now, so I'm gonna need y'all to shut up. Like I'm gonna need y'all to. So now they do that. So Talia yesterday, I don't know, I said something, she was irritated, and she goes, I'm just gonna lay down. And I can respect that. Like, I know I'm about to lose it right now. I'm probably not gonna respond well, and I'm tired, so I'm gonna go lay down. So I think it becomes a matter for me of teaching different behaviors, because with us, it was, you know, they're irritated, they're busy, they're ignoring us. They say they're going to do something. They do it when they feel like it. And I didn't like it as a child. So I try to do it better. Like if I can't do it, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do it tomorrow at 3:00. If I can give that to you, if I can't, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do it if I'm not tired after I'm done with this. But learning how to communicate with young people too, in a way that teaches them how to do the same, how to take care of yourself, how to recognize when you're tired, so that you're not flashing on me so I don't have to beat you up. Like it's all a pattern of breaking down the way that we kind of were taught, because I think we all, you know, we had parents that just worked hard, and that was it. Like, I don't remember my grandfather ever taking a nap. He might have fell asleep while he was in the middle of a conversation that he didn't really want to be having. But he ain't never, I'm gonna go take a nap right now. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Like, he never. But he done fell asleep in that chair on many occasions. You know what I'm saying? So just teaching our actions so I can appreciate what Kim is doing because she's teaching you how to better take care of yourself, take a time out, teaching people that I am taking care of myself right now. Give me a minute so that they can also do the same. Like, there's no shame. My husband sleep shames me sometimes. So there's that whole thing. Oh, you in here sleeping? I am. Oh, I'm sleeping. Be quiet. Don't do that.
Yeah. And
Sleeping. It's let me warn everybody. Like, oh my God, Dad's asleep. Be quiet. We have to teach them that we too need a timeout, and I'm gonna need you to appreciate and respect that, so you can go do the same. Do you
I,
take notes, Gia? Do you tell Jeffrey like, bruh, I'm gonna need a minute?
I don't know if I tell him. I just take a minute, sometimes, we might be downstairs and I'm like, okay, and I'll go upstairs and I'll get in the bed and lay down too. So yeah, we all do need that time, but I think as women, because we are the nurturers, stuff. Everybody looks to a woman, especially your kids, for you guys to do everything. Like you said, they'll give dad a time out, let dad rest, but not mom. And that's why I think you're right, Tonya. We have to teach kids. You have to teach kids that mommy and daddy are equal in this whole thing, equal time and stuff like that. But for years, and that's how it's been. The woman has always been there for the kids, and the father has always been out, providing and stuff like that. So it's a whole role reversal thing, a role thing that we probably have to now introduce to the kids to know, yes, mommy does need some time, because if I don't get time, then I might snap your head off, things like that, stuff. So, but that's good that you're teaching that Tonya to the kids, and that Talia's like, yeah, I need a timeout. I'm gonna go lay down because I'm not feeling it, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we should nobody should make somebody feel as though, oh, something's wrong with you if you do something like that, because it shouldn't be. Everybody needs their own time, because life, is overwhelming. Whether you're an adult, and I'm sure as a kid, because kids got their own little kid things. We look at them like, girl, go by, go sit down, that kind of stuff. But we don't know how overwhelming, not, something that maybe she wanted to do, or something that she thought was a cool thing that didn't go right at school or something like that. Who knows what they're going through.
Life can be overwhelming and overstimulating. Yeah. Absolutely. I want to before we get out of here, I want to make sure I have time for our hot topics and hot relationship advice, since we do have 3 married people on this panel. Really quick, hot topics. Elections are coming up. I don't know if they happened already in Florida, Kim. What's going on there? Are we being as getting people get the vote out, or are we at a place where we're like, it don't even matter because they ain't gonna do what I need to anyways? Like, where are we with this? We're all members of Zeta Phi Beta, so we should be getting engaged and getting people engaged. I don't know. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Miss Gia, LA County? What are you thinking, Miss Kim? What's going on in Florida?
So, Florida's gonna Florida. Because it's just kind of how it goes. And we actually live in a county that turned red, that has been red forever, which is fine. So it's important, at least for me, to make sure that, one, that my kids understand the importance of voting, and that because that's something else, because I don't have anything else better to do with my time. I do help work on like voter education initiatives here in the county, because there are so many people that you would think that everybody should know when and where and how to vote. But with so much legislation and things getting, gerrymandered, and your district has been redrawn. And so now the polling place that you've had for 50 years is no longer your polling place. So especially for our older citizens in the county, they've been voting at that same little church on the side of the road for 50 years. They show up, that's no longer your polling place. So they've got to figure out where they vote, what time they close. Of course, it's like, can someone take your ballot to the, to the early voting? So there's so many things. And so my my efforts are making sure people understand the how, the where, and the why. Because once you understand that, you're grown. You're going to make your own decisions. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to just let you know that this is what it is and this is what it could be. So do your research through reliable sources and make that and make those decisions.
I think, Tanya, I think here we are here in LA. I think we might be a little overwhelmed because I think most of us are used to the voting in November, and this June, this is what they call it. I guess it's a primary or whatever. I don't think a lot of people are used to that, so I don't know how the turnout's going to be as far as voting wise with the people. I've already voted because I vote absentee ballots. I've already filled out mine and sent mine in, and mine should be already accounted for. So yeah. But this year, it seems to be, to me, I noticed the ballot was very thick. I don't remember it being, was it about 7 pages? I'm like, I don't remember. I'm like, Jesus, what what the heck is going on? Again, I'm like, whoa, why is it so thick? So there's a lot of people running for a lot of positions. As opposed to how it's been in the past. So, and again, with COVID, I'm gonna throw COVID out there, but in a different light. With COVID, it seems as though we've been inundated with just stuff in our face, in my mailbox, in my PO box, in my home mailbox. Is this stuff, all kind of stuff, and I'm like, Jesus, how many trees have we killed? Okay. For this primary, because it's a whole lot of stuff. And I think it's too much. And with anything, when you get too much stuff, sometimes you just say, you throw your hands up and just say, forget it. And that's why I think is going to probably happen here in LA County, because it's just so much. And it's so much to try to remember and retain with all these different candidates and everything. And then you got those. I do like the candidates though that send me gifts. I like those. I got a few gifts in the mail from a few candidates. They went back old school, which I don't mind. I like that, as opposed to some of these new schoolers. They ain't sending out nothing. They just like, y'all need to vote for me because y'all need to vote for me. And I'm like, well, I need a gift. Maybe I need a gift, and hey, they're gonna, I might look at your pamphlet now and stuff. So shout out to all the candidates who send out gifts. Okay, I looked at your stuff.
You gotta send me a pen or something, a gift card.
Yeah, I want to feel something, that kind of thing. I want to feel special some kind of way, whether it's a pen.
Bro, you ain't special. They just want our vote.
Something, Yeah. So
that's funny. Now listen, gun violence. What's going on right now? And do you think that they're going to come up with a solution? Is something going to happen, or is nothing going to happen as it has? Almost every day, there's been a mass shooting. Like, what is going on?
I don't think nothing's going to happen.
Okay.
Because the gun rights people, they're loud, and they're louder than us who are not about the guns, the way and I carry a gun for my profession, and so I don't think anything's going to be done. I really don't see it. If something does happen, I would really be surprised, but I just don't see it. I think the NRA is way. They have too much power and influence.
Here's my question. Make it make sense. These same people that are acting like guns are everything are also the pro-police people. Well, our police officers are not safe with these guns on the street. So make it make sense for me. How can you be pro-police and pro-AR-15? I don't understand. They don't work well together. What am I missing?
I don't know.
Anybody out there got an answer? Because it makes no sense to me. We just had a school shooting where officers wouldn't even go in the school because the dude had a AR, and we can't do anything to even protect our officers. So isn't there a point where police officers should be like, hey, we would love for you people that say you support us to actually do things that, I don't know, support us. I could be wrong.
Well, that's the thing, with though if they enact a different law or something, it's all about everybody my rights. I have a right to bear arms and all that kind of stuff, and nobody's saying you don't. But at some point, like you said, with all these killings, at some point, enough's enough, and something needs to be done, because these are innocent people are being killed senselessly to me, and to try to get to the root of it, and everybody wants to go back, oh, mental health, stuff like that. Okay, some of this could be mental health, but some of this, I'm gonna call BS. Is and if it is mental health, then how are they able to get these guns the way they're able to get them? They're able to walk in the store and just buy a gun. That shouldn't be. Because again, whatever they're going through, they're taking it out on people that they don't even know.
Yes, I know. Hot relationship advice, really quick. I wanted to kind of tune into this Nene Leak story that came out. Since we're all married here, I don't know if you knew that someone could get sued for their spouse's cheating.
Yep.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I can't remember what it's called. It's something of something. It's basically your homewrecker.
Privity of affection, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you mess with my husband, I can sue you because now you've deprived me of the affection that I'm supposed to get as his wife. And she's getting sued for $100,000, something like that. What is it about women? Go ahead. Go on, Gia. Go.
Now, if I messed around with your husband and I'm not in any leaks, I don't have no fame attached to me, would you be suing me? Let's talk. That's what I think. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't get nothing from, I ain't got nothing. So would you be suing me if I was just the regular chick messing around with your husband, as opposed to the chick that got a little fame and fortune messing around with your husband? So it's really not. I don't really think it's about the lack of what affection I could be getting. It's about the money. I see. Oh, somebody told me I can get some money. I can sue somebody and make some money off of it, and that's what it really comes down to. It's about the money. It ain't about. She don't give a damn about him probably being over there. It's like, oh, this is money pit. Now I'm gonna be able to get some change. Cause my whole thing, okay, if you're gonna sue her, well, you need to sue your husband too, because it took two of them. So sue him too. So he should be paying you. If you win a lawsuit, Nene got to pay you, and so should he be paying you. So his name should be on there too. Should be two defendants, two, not just one, two. But if the girl down the street, the next door neighbor, was doing it and she ain't got nothing but a little house, that's all she got, and maybe a nice little car, you wouldn't be suing her because she ain't got no money. You can't get nothing out of her. Let's just be real, people. Come on now, let's cut this out, because everybody ain't just suing people because they mess around with their spouses. She's suing her because she Nene leaks and she think Nene got some money.
All of y'all can get this lawsuit. Every single one. But you're right. I mean, yeah. So she is probably suing her because she has some money. But I think someone commented, yeah, same thing happened to Fantasia. Like, y'all got to quit messing with these married men. How about that?
What is the appeal for? Listen. I'm not saying either one of y'all have ever messed with married men, but in the mind of a woman, what is the freaking appeal to mess with somebody who already got somebody? What is that?
Maybe because you have to invest in him like you should.
That's a trick question, because again, we don't know. See, that's the thing.
Well, we know it's a thing. Let's not act like we don't know it's a thing.
I don't think it's like nothing. I don't think it's like a turn on thing. Oh, he's married, I'm turned on because he's married, I want to mess around with him.
Women like that, Gia.
Yeah. Well, some women do, but sometimes I think too, it's also too, some men are putting themselves out there like they ain't married. Okay.
Well, but I think and I don't know the whole ins and outs of each law in every state, but I think part of the suit, you have to prove that like you knew he was married and this and that. You can't just be like, he lied to me, because how would you know if, unless you Google searched him and looked up the county records and whatnot. But I think part of it is if you mess around with a married man that you know is married, then the other person, can sue you for that.
So yes.
Okay. So is this well? Only way I'm not gonna know. Only way I'm gonna know you married a married man. A man is married man. I think just on onset if he's famous and it's out there. But what about the guy who I don't? The regular dude that you don't really know if he married or not because.
Then I don't think his wife can sue you. I don't think she has much of a case because you don't know. So the one person in the wrong is him because he's the only one that is messing with you and knows he's married.
Right. That's what that is. Right.
So that's only in certain states, right?
There's probably a law in all the states about it, but the question is, how often is somebody actually going to bring it up?
Well, see, y'all, now it's gonna be brought up now. But we're gonna see this more now. Watch it. Don't be old. We're gonna see this, But again, people shouldn't be, I ain't gonna get into that because I don't know the whole story. I don't know what, and I ain't in nobody's business like that because it ain't my business, and I don't need to be in their business like that.
Well, I have something to share with you all before we get out of here because Miss Kim spent some time with us today and she let us know a little bit about herself, and she does have something cool coming up. Give me a second. I'm going to load it up right now. Please hold. And Kim, tell them again about your 5-day challenge.
So my 5-day, and I don't have a super catchy name for it because it's really the 5-day Get Your Life Together challenge. And it is for anybody. You don't have to be a busy mom, but you are someone who is busy and you feel like you don't have any time for yourself. You are playing yourself to the back all the time and you just don't think you have time for it. And I'm here to tell you that that's BS because half of the things that you're doing are probably not even yours to do. You can probably eliminate or delegate some of that stuff, and that takes work. And so in the 5-day challenge, I help you figure out why you even want to do it. You identify all the things on your plate, you prioritize them, you delegate, and you figure out these things. It's a 5-step process. And I kind of get into it briefly in there because I do offer, more in-depth type coaching. But this is free.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and share it with y'all.
You're in. Hey, my name is Kimberley Sanders, your time management mentor, and welcome to the 5-day Get Your Life Together challenge. Listen, if you're like me, you are a busy mom, you have a 9-to-5, you may even have a side hustle, but you also have these kids and this spouse and this house to maintain. And look, my hope for you is that at the end of these 5 days, you'll remember who you were before all of that. You'll reignite that little spark and start putting things into place for you to start putting yourself first and to rock in your own interests again. Because if your cup is full, then the rest of the family thrives. I wholeheartedly believe that. So a little bit about me. Again, my name is Kimberley Sanders. I am the wife of an overachiever and I am the proud mother of twin boys. See, he's an overachiever, right? They are into everything, sports, academics, other extracurricular activities. And, as time went on, I started to feel myself putting myself last, right? Have to make sure the kids are straight, have to make sure the husband's straight, got to make sure the house is maintained in such a way. And I started drowning in all those responsibilities. And so about 6 years ago, I said, you know what? Something's got to give. And I started doing little things, putting little things in my life that made me happy, surrounding myself with people that make me happy. And over the years, I've learned to say no to things that don't serve me. And I've been able to start a business and help other busy moms do the same thing that I'm doing. Because listen, I know I'm not alone. So look, check out your workbook. Make sure you download that. You're going to get an email every single day. So make sure you have moved me from spam into your trusted sender so you don't miss a thing. Okay, let's get started.
What's this workbook you're talking about?
So when you sign up for the 5-day Get Your Life Together challenge, there is a workbook that you download and it helps you work through each day. So that at the end, you actually have a day in your life that is prioritized and on your calendar, so that as you go day by day, like if it, with the way my life goes, if it's not on my in my planner, chances are it's not happening. But there's a system that has to come with that. You can't just try to remember it all in your head. That's not going to work. I tried that. It doesn't work. I've tried, maybe putting it in my phone, but you don't want to be on your phone all the time. And so I actually have a paper planner that I use. And there's a system that, every week or even at the beginning of the month, I write things down. I write down everything. I call it brain dumping, where you just, everything that's in your head, all of your tasks, all of your projects, all of your appointments, all of the kids' appointments, games, practices, coaching, blah, 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 date night, your time. Because in the end, what I hope that you do is realize that there are some things that there's some things that are super important. And we prioritize that. I believe it's on day 3. We prioritize it. And then there's some things that you can either delegate or eliminate altogether. There's some things that we do that you don't actually have to do anymore. I'm always big on delegation, and I had to learn that the hard way, just because I was trying to do everything. Now I am, and I'm going to blame COVID on this. I'm the queen of pickup, delivery. I'm an Instacart, shipped, Sam's, Costco. If I can order it ahead of time and pick it up and I don't have to get out of the car, you have a customer in me, because I simply don't have the time, and I don't want to spend the time to go drive to a store, park, get out, look for what I'm looking at, get distracted by the shiny objects that you put in there strategically to get me to buy. I want to buy the laundry detergent, the stuff for the dishwasher, and these shirts for the next holiday for these kids. That is all I want to do. So if I can put that in the cart, I'm good to go. And so I want other busy moms or just other busy people to recognize that you can do this. It's not hard. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in having a cleaning service come to your house, so that you have the time and the mental space to do what you want to do, whether that's reading a book. I run into so many moms that just don't get into reading for pleasure anymore, or even reading to pursue their own business, or reading to pursue something that they're just really interested in. They just don't. Why? Because they don't think they have time. Well, you know what? If you pay the cleaning lady, then you have a little time. And, people will say, well, the money, well, why else do we spend money? We spend money for conveniences. We spend money. Why do you work every day? I work every day to make sure I'm able to do the things that not only I have to do, which is, pay the mortgage and whatnot, but the things that I want to do. So you have to decide, and this is on day 1, you have to decide what it is that you want. If you're okay with how things are, then, my 5-day challenge is probably not for you. But if you're not okay, if you're feeling resentful, if you're feeling like you're drowning in those responsibilities, because it literally sometimes feels like you're drowning in all the things you have to do for everyone else, then this is for you. This is for you to, at the very least, get a handle on all the things that are in your brain, get them on paper, and figure out where they belong in your life. Some of your things are going to be super important, time sensitive, and only you can do them. And some of the things are going to drop down a little once you actually look at it. But the key is to recognize it, acknowledge it, and then make little changes. I'm not talking about changing your whole life in 5 days. I'm talking about at least getting a good handle on what you've got going on, so that maybe you do contact me and go for more in-depth mentoring and coaching. Maybe you do. Maybe you kind of rock with what you've got for a little bit. Maybe you have that hard conversation with your spouse that says, hey, I need some help. Maybe you bring your kids down, you drop down to their level and you say, while I'm working out for these 30 minutes, you need to either find your dad, find something else to do, or have a seat over there. I mean, I literally, I've had that conversation with my children.
I love it. So listen, I put all of your information in the captions for this show. Awesome. But let the people know how to keep up with you on social, because some of your lives are just hilarious.
So I am on Instagram at Kimberley. So you have to pay attention to this, because your autocorrect is going to get you. It's Kimberley, just how it's right there. I can't point, but it's somewhere over there. Anyway, it's Kimberley Sanders 1_. That is on Instagram. I'm on Twitter at Kim Sand Fit 31. So Kim, Kim, Sand, like the beach, FIT 31. I don't know why they wouldn't let me change it. I tried to. That's kind of is what it is. I'm over on Facebook as Kimberley Sanders, your time management mentor. But my kids get in my reels. They have fun with it. I have fun with it. And it's all to show there's a balance. And I know balance is kind of a dirty word sometimes, but it's really like you can be a present mom and you can maintain a household and you can do the things that you want to do. You don't have to put yourself last. And I promise you, if you put yourself first, that everything else will fall into place.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, wait a minute. I was trying to follow you on Instagram. Is it Busy Mom and Fitness Coach?
That's me.
Okay.
She wasn't playing. She clearly is not playing. So look out for Miss Gia because she's gonna be after you now.
And
no, because I'm all about following. You know, you asked me to follow you. See, I'm one of the people. Everybody. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. No, that's not me. I'm following
do it right now.
I'm doing it right now. I'm following you because for one, if I don't do it right now, I'm gonna forget. And I'm gonna call Tonya. Tonya, what was Kim's Instagram? And Tonya will get mad at me and say something all Tonya-ish and stuff. So I'm doing it now. Okay,
that's fair. She will absolutely say something Tonya-ish. That's me.
See y'all. I'm about it with my camera at. See, I just don't be talking. I'm about it. I'm following me and Kim now are friends on Instagram. So I'm the Mahogany Box on Instagram. So follow me back, okay?
I am.
I love it.
My phone is on the charger, or I follow you back because it was dying.
So yeah.
So thank you for being here. We appreciate you
for having me.
Support you. Go to her website. You can find her podcast there and follow that on all major platforms and just get a little something in your life that helps add quality to it. I hope that's what we're all doing. So thank you, and we will be in touch.
Okay. Bye.
What'd you think?
It was good. Kimberly is she's very bubbly. She was a
cheerleader, Gia. She was a cheerleader.
I see it. I see how you cheerleaders, how y'all roll. I don't forget. I know you was a cheerleader too. Don't forget. Hey, I remember. But before we go, y'all, we have these new little My Morning Coffee keychains. A little cute. They don't cost that much, but something to support the podcast. I'm going to put them on my website, themahoganybox.com. You guys can go there and get them. It's not a lot of them, so don't take your time and say, "Oh, I'm gonna get one next week or the week after," because they might be gone. So this is how you hypnotize people, right? You do that. Remember that? They say do this and hypnotize. I'm trying to hypnotize y'all into getting this little cute little keychain. Add it to your keychain or put your spare key on it or something. But it's a little something. Have a little Tonya and I with you. That's all. Okay.
Yeah. So we won't be back Wednesday, guys. We'll see you back next Monday with a very cool guest. So make sure you're here. Next week we have Monday and Wednesday. So until then, I guess it's ta-ta.